Frierenkvetching. Hello, everyone. It's Jane.
It's Josh.
And as of a few days ago, I have been given a clean bill of heart health, which means that I will live for many years more, most likely, during which time I will continue complaining about this show. This episode wasn't actually, that bad, but...
No, this is probably our second, solid episode of the whole season. Admittedly, the first one mogged it, even despite the lack of, fair and stark jailbreaking. Um, but, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, let's do a synopsis. They fight the demons, they kill them.
that's kind of honestly,
Cool.
there's really not
Yeah,
much more to say. There's some
no, this
detail we're skipping over, but kind of who cares?
this episode is an action set piece. Kind of, it's two action set pieces.
Yeah,
It kind of
that are intercut with
cuts
each
between
other.
them.
Cinema, you know.
Yeah.
The thing is this, right? If there is one thing that this show is consistently pretty good at, it's action sequences, and this episode is just like a long action sequence.
To be
So
fair, I honestly think in terms of writing an action sequence, it's not especially great at it. But
no, I mean here's
in
the
terms of
thing.
animating one,
Yeah,
it's great. This is a fun episode to look at. There's exciting choreography. There's a
hmm
lot. There was a thing we were complaining about last week where, the wind up from a certain swing from Revolta was, too long and shitty. There isn't any of that this episode. I don't know if it's just
I will
a
say,
different action
I
director
will
or
say,
whatever.
Josh, I
Yeah.
mentioned last week that I kind of thought they might have tried to do that on purpose to give the impression of an inhuman amount of arm bending, and then in this episode, he does weird morpho shit with his arms. I'm not
It's not
saying I'm
actually
right.
sure how planned that
I'm just
was, but yeah.
saying, you know.
At the
Anyway,
very least, this episode does a better job at visually conveying motion, movement, physicality
hmm
behind a lot of the actions. And in the case of the magic fight, so, um, the rules are a lot different when you're doing magic, but if the point at least is to make aspects of this magic feel like an overwhelming force, even if that force is harder to interpret, they also did a good job of that.
yeah. Well, I
Um,
actually we
I'll
can
jump
start
ahead.
there. I think if we want to start with
Yeah, okay, sure.
the method and we're just gonna
Fern.
call her the blindfold demon fight,
Yeah,
and the concurrent fight between Fern and the other demon that they're fighting. Um, I feel like especially the stuff that they did with Method was a really nice break from what this show usually does when not usually, but at least this season has usually done with magic fights, which has just kind of been not that interesting. Um, and even some stuff in the first season, a lot of Freeren's Freeren the show, uh, the magic stuff that it uses visually speaking is just here's a big white laser, or here's a
yeah,
shield. And the visual effects in this episode are still pretty simple, but Method being a bit more of a crafty caster gives them an excuse to do some slightly more interesting things. She has this uh they're like Gradius options or something, like these red orbs that she conjures and they follow her around for most of the fight, and she throws them and stuff, and it's cool. Um she also does a thing where, because the one of the demons summons magic fog, and her counter to that is that she makes illusory duplicates of herself, and that's neat. That's an
yeah,
interesting thing, and it kind of goes with what we learned about her in the first season, which is that she's they kind of are a little bit cagey, if I'm remembering right, about what specifically this entails, but she does mind magic, I think, is kind of one of the things we learned about her back during the exams arc. So it's interesting to see that come back around. Um,
no, that's fair. I
yeah.
don't remember in great detail, but I certainly agree. There's also a moment here wherein I wouldn't actually say they fully execute on this concept as much as they could, but effectively, Methody tells us, the viewer, outright she won over the demon because the demon is using magic purely for combat, but Methody is using it for combat and having fun with it.
Yeah.
Which is sort of felt. Again, could be more, but I like that in terms of like. Generally, when you're writing stuff, power scaling as an actual method of storytelling sucks dog shit, and the winner should be who wants it more, who is like ideologically superior, who is the victor here. In this scenario, you created an excuse for Methody to not just be like stronger.
I would actually go even further and just be like, if you're writing like a for lack of a better term, like a normal battle shonen fight, the person who wins should be the person that you're getting us to root for harder, right?
That as well.
Yeah. And, Methody does some interesting stuff here, and I think she earns that victory. Fern's half of that fight is not as interesting, but it's fine.
To be fair, I feel like where the Fern thing kind of fails is that Frierenkvetching distances herself, as she was doing last episode, just like, Fern, I think you're strong enough to win this.
It's a very odd thing that they've done with this fight, but yeah, go on.
What it is, right? Fern doesn't believe that she's strong enough to win this. Frierenkvetching does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whatever.
It's like a confidence thing, and I do get that. But...
Well, that's what it could be, but what actually happens is Methody clears the magic fog.
Yeah.
And then Fern wins.
Yeah, what actually happens... what actually happens is that Methody takes care of, like, half of it, and then Fern, like, snipes a little bit from, like, halfway across the map, so to speak. Like, it's just kind of odd, yeah.
There's literally a line from Methody where she's like, oh, Fern isn't able to use her greatest aspect, her stealth, because of the magic fog. So I'll get rid of it. And yeah, she does, and then Fern uses her stealth. And to be fair, I think they, like, kind of aura farm with it. Like, well,
yeah.
The girl Fern is fighting is just, like, she completely loses track of Fern, looks at the moon, is like, huh? What the fuck? And then, before we even, like, see anything, fucking stupid fast beam comes down from the moon. It's like, what the fuck, huh? And then we cut to Fern. It's like, oh, shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was one of the cooler, like, Fern beam moments.
Yeah.
Maybe the coolest, to be fair.
Honestly, there's not many to pick from. I'm pretty confident in saying that is... Oh, hey, Streamlabs just locked up? What the fuck?
Oh.
Hey? Hey.
Interesting.
Okay, no, it's fine. We're still recording even. That was bizarre.
Okay. I suppose we'll find out what that looks like in the video.
Anyway.
Yeah. Fern was cool.
Yes.
There.
Yeah, she doesn't have a ton of, like actual cool moments to pick from, so sure, I'm fine saying that that's her best one so far.
It's still bizarre narratively to have.
Yeah.
I
think actually what happened is just like they wanted to write a way to get a demon fight going without Frieren's involvement, and the whole confidence angle was kind of like a back justification for that, and you can kind of tell. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not the biggest issue in the world, especially compared to some of the other stuff in this show, but it was kind of a little distracting, I guess. There is also just, like, a fucking lot of talking. Like, that is my number one problem with this show, and it is not an issue unique to Frieren, and I know that. A lot of Battle Shonen anime do the, like, oh no, the ultimate technique kind of stuff, right? But Frieren does it, like, a lot. Like, there's this whole, like backstory lore dump we get from Methody that I completely failed to even process, because she's just kind of droning on while this much cooler, like, visual stuff is happening, right? Talking about, like, her her clan that she was raised with in the north or something like that, and it's just like
These are
cool,
a
but
clan of demon hunters, basically, and they
yeah,
were particularly aggressive about hunting demons. Which
like yeah,
the demons in this
real
episode, that's fucking weird.
real distinguishing characteristic in this setting. But no, it's
Yeah,
just like it just feels kind of unnecessary when the animation is already doing so much of the work. I get that in
there
a
is
manga
also
adaptation, you don't necessarily have the option always to just cut dialogue, but I might have in that case if I were
no,
allowed
that's
to.
fair.
Um,
There's also the thing
yeah,
in the same breath of when the characters are talking, and this isn't as bad in the mage fight as it is compared to the
other one,
melee
which
fight,
we'll get
but
to, yeah,
the characters in the show just aren't expressive, like visually,
at all.
which makes it harder to care for anything they're saying, even a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Like the whole stone face problem is a real issue throughout this episode.
I haven't
Fern,
even really parsed how much it bothered me until like it just
yeah, it's one of those things where once you notice it, you can't unnotice it.
yeah.
Like Fern
Just
barely emotes during the entire fight. Methody actually kind of does, which she
yeah,
continues
yeah.
being my favorite character in this show that doesn't care about her at all.
Mhm.
But so that's points. And then over in the melee fight, Stark does, but Genau
Yeah.
does not. Which it's like, come on, is it really that much to ask for like a grimace, a wince in
He
pain, anything?
really is like horrible for it because his design is
Su-
bland
Such a
and his
nothing
fucking
character.
face never moves. So
we
like
can
this
we can
episode when he's
yeah
yeah, we
we can
finished talking about the mage fight.
we can
Let's
switch over to talking about the melee fight because that's the one
yeah.
where it's a paradox, right? Because that's the one where most of the like quote unquote sakuga is in this
Yeah.
episode.
And it looks good. It
It
genuinely
does.
does.
There's a lot of interesting camera work, a lot of those kind of shots that modern shonen have gotten really fond of, where there's like somebody running and the ground is like just like a blur
Yeah.
of paint essentially, and those can look cool when done right, and I think they mostly are here. There's some
Yeah.
interesting stuff with Revolte and his sword play. It's solid. But it is suffering from the fact that one of the characters involved in the fight is Genau, who is just not an interesting character visually, narratively, anything. He's
Even in terms
just a
power,
block of
he's just
tofu, dog.
boring here. Because he gets his wings and he kind of just flies around and into Revolta. That's like borderline the extent of it. His wings are, they are blades as well, functionally. It's interesting, honestly. Like, not to put too much emphasis on free run power scaling as a concept, but Stark, it feels like, is much weaker in this fight compared to Genau, and Genau's wings are like, proving as much, if not more, of a
Yeah,
match for Revolt's
there
four
is
swords
like
as Stark's axe was, and Stark Heroes Part whatever.
a lesser complaint that I have had throughout this entire series is just like it feels like the melee focused characters have no reason to exist.
Yeah,
Like
also,
they had to really contrive a situation to get Stark and Genau fighting Revolte in the first place.
yeah.
And then when they do, it really does feel like Genau does kind of more of the work than Stark does. And I know it's not like a clean, like, ooh, it has to be exactly 50-50 kind of thing, but it is a little bit of it's noticeable.
It's more just broadly, I get why the show is most fascinated with its mages, because they are, the character you can kind of do, like, a power system with, and your protagonist is a mage, and she has a mage disciple. But I want to believe that
it's
there
just
is reason to be something other than a mage in this setting.
Well, okay, here's the thing,
right?
right?
So much about needing frontliners, and it's like, Genau doesn't seem to need
like,
one.
Like, here's the thing, right? I brought this up to you before we started recording. Over the past like 2 weeks, I've been reading Ichi the Witch, getting caught up on that. I like that manga. I have some qualms with it, but that's another conversation. Uh, and something that stuck out to me about it is, there's this whole thing of the witches fighting the monsters in that setting, don't have like support guys. Like there is no equivalent of Stark in that manga.
Yeah.
And when they do add one, it's a guy who has like bootleg magic powers because he's like put a bunch of like magic items in himself. And it's like, if you're, and I'm not saying that there's like one right or wrong way to do this kind of thing, but what I'm getting at is just like, if you're so interested in like the wizardry aspect to the point where you don't care about the melee stuff that much, which I would say is pretty clearly true in the case of Frieren, you didn't have to put Stark in there in the first place, or you could have just made him like a, I don't know, like a punch wizard. Like, I don't know, like there's just so many. It feels like something they put in because they felt like they had to, because like, you know, this kind of, you know, this kind of like very like traditional fantasy stuff. You're supposed to have like a knight kind of character, right? But like, does the author know that he didn't actually have to do that? Like, I don't know. It's just very strange.
It's made weirder because of how many of the mages are just outright melee combatants as well.
Yeah, like a Genau.
Fights with the fucking like stave spear. This episode, Genau, aforementioned, Yubel is a character that exists.
Yeah.
Like, Frieren and Farron are kind of the outliers
for mostly using like ranged stuff. It's just kind of odd. Like this is not, I would say, my like big problem with the series.
No, definitely not.
But it is
Frieren until the cows come home. This is like inconsequential.
You know, if I'm like
kind of poor, but
if I'm like making like, you know, tiers of the different complaints I have made about this show, this is like a tier 3 complaint. Okay,
that is content for monthly Frieren.
Yeah.
Frierenkvetching. Take every problem we have with Frieren and make a tier list out.
Yeah, there we go. The Frierenkvetching season finale. No, but shit, we might do that. That's kind of funny. Anyway, but like, it's just kind of odd. And, you know.
Again, it's not a huge deal.
If I have a major problem with what happens in the melee fight, it is the thing with the demon girl that we talked about a bunch last episode.
God, there's a moment. This is actually such a strange play narratively as well, because there's a moment where basically we have the upper hand against Revolta, we're about to kill him. Then a child shows up. Revolta throws a sword at it.
Whoa.
What?
You got real loud all of a sudden?
Oh.
And...
Am I still real loud?
New audio device detected. What the hell are you talking about? Can you say something?
Something.
You sound fine now.
Okay. This is gonna be a good recording.
Yeah, I don't know. We're being cursed because we've talked too much shit about Frieren. But no, thing like, with the demon girl,
done, just skip around in the video.
No, I'm gonna. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I mean, if it is fucked, there's not a whole lot I can do. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, I suppose so. But yeah, girl shows up. Revolta's like, "Ha, human child," throws a sword at her. And then Genau goes to stop it. And it's like the child was actually that Konami Kohara demon from last episode. My favorite Frieren character. And we used that opportunity to like stab Genau like through the fucking chest.
Which is cool. To be fair, and she has like a little moment where she's like, "Yay, I did it!"
She's so happy.
It's really funny.
Fucking Konami Kohara is just a perfect fucking save for it. You want that like dumb, childish moe airheaded cuteness? You get her. If you don't know your Seiya stuff, by the way, dear viewer, she's Chika
And
Fujiwara
it's the
from Kaguya-sama.
same voice,
It
pretty
is the same
much.
voice.
It's
Yeah,
really, really funny. Um,
yeah,
so she's like all dancing around. She's like, "Yay, I stabbed the guy," and then she just gets fucking obliterated.
yeah.
Like,
No, she,
like, like maybe 5 seconds later.
yeah, no, she doesn't get to last long, which is a shame. I was
Character
upset.
is dead,
Uh,
gone.
yeah,
Boom.
I knew she was gonna
Like,
die. She's a
well,
demon, Frieren.
I mean, here's the thing. The scene in the last episode, or was it even the episode before that? I don't remember at this point. Where she's like talking about how interesting she thinks humans are, really
Yeah,
seemed like it was building up some importance to that for that character. Did it not? Am I crazy?
I think I don't think you're crazy. I think you're optimistic. Um,
But it's not
I know,
it's not
I know.
optimism. It's just like that's how you build up that a character is going to be important later.
No, I think that's optimism in the context of this is Frieren we're talking
Expecting this
about.
show to have a command of
Yeah,
basic
writing is not
storytelling, I
the
guess
show's
so.
strong point.
It's just
Um,
strange, and I might
yeah,
like this could maybe be like an adaptation induced problem. Like maybe that's like 2 panels in the manga. It seems to
maybe.
be a lot of that in this anime, honestly, just like stretching
Yeah,
stuff out that was not really that important in the source material. But anyway,
yeah.
um,
But no, back on the actual sequence of events for a minute. This this scene is weird insofar as the point of it is to prey on the fact that Genau, despite his insistence that he's not a good person, does have enough of a heart to, for example, protect his young, or well, not his young, but children, people in general. Um, Although then the character, as in Genau, kind of just sits and denies it again. Um, he's like, oh, I should have known that there wasn't another demon here. I didn't do this because I'm good or whatever. Um, and all of that is just a sequence of events. I find that such a weird scene narratively because, I'll fucking jump ahead a bit. They kill Revolte this episode, and Genau and Stark make it out fine.
hmm
I feel like it is a weird decision then to have your villain play into the type of person that Genau is, even if he denies it, but not, I guess, capitalize on it. Because yeah, they get a good hit on Genau, but he's fine.
I mean, we can just
Like
say that like in a manga that understood what
it's
stakes
good.
were a little better, that would be where you kill Ganao. Like I'm sorry, like
Yeah,
I know that there's a certain kind of person who gets
yeah,
really angry whenever a character dies in a piece of media. Uh, um, Eat me essentially. Like that's I have absolutely no patience for that kind of thing.
I do
Um,
also.
it is not like obviously every character death is not automatically good, right?
Yeah,
But it
to
really,
to be another.
really, really seems like
Yeah,
this is where you conclude that little arc. It's like you have Genau die in order to save Stark because Stark gets like very badly hurt in that same sequence.
yeah, that too.
Uh, and because Genau is, I'm sorry, a side character and therefore disposable. He
Yeah,
dies and Stark gets to live, and it's like a like a foot like a he truly was a good person, like that kind of moment, right?
yeah,
But because this is Freer, we just don't do that, and they're both fine, and it just
yeah.
doesn't, just
No,
sort of seems like the whole thing doesn't really matter that much.
it's bizarre because I don't want to be the person on the opposite side of the spectrum who gets mad when there are no character deaths. Because there are people that are like, yeah, if the show doesn't have character deaths, there's no point. I think
I've
that's
never,
absurd.
I've never met anyone like that. I think that's an extreme
Like,
opinion, but I
I
understand it a
like
lot more than the opposite.
it comes up. There are people that get mad when X show doesn't have somebody dying.
Fair enough, I
I thought it
guess.
was, I thought with real life normies when Stranger Things season 5 was a going concern. Just no stakes, nobody died. I don't want to be that person. Um,
never seen a
But,
single second of Stranger Things, cannot comment.
No, who cares? That's not the shit we're talking about. Genau should have died here because if Genau died in that scene, what happened is he was sitting there insistent that he's a bad person and that he isn't interested in protecting people. But then he did. He proved that he was like a better person than he realized.
Yeah.
But also
like,
the villain exploited that weakness. You know, that truth that Genau was hiding was taken advantage of to, like, push him down.
Yeah.
Which would have made Revolt a more compelling villain, or at least a more intimidating and interesting
more
one.
memorable, even.
Yeah.
Like, what is our takeaway?
Automatically good, but also... Yeah,
but also, that's what you fucking wrote. Like, that's what you set up to happen. And it just didn't. It's such a strange thing to do. And, like, the result of that is, like, what do we remember about Revolte? He's got 4 swords!
He had 4 fucking swords. Holy shit.
There is something very funny, and admittedly kind of fun, I will give the show credit for this, about how through the course of their battle leading up to that moment, they break his swords one by one, so it's like a fucking boss fight in a video game, where it's like, oh no, phase 2, he's only got 3 swords, but you better watch out, and then he's only got 2, and when he gets down to 1, you better fucking run away, and it's just like, you know,
No, I think it's the opposite. They're avoiding where the bosses get weaker as it goes along for storytelling purposes. This was one of those.
I guess so. But no, that's not true, because when he has no swords is when he does the fucking metamorpho shit, and, you know, I guess so.
Yeah. No, he loses his swords, and he, you know, fucking cores.
Yeah.
You know, and Stark punches him, like, right through the chest. He's a giant fucking guy.
It is like a really, like, amusingly, like, Dragon Ball thing to happen in a show that isn't like that at all.
Yeah, no,
like it's
tend to sustain a lot in the way of injuries.
Like it's just funny because like
Raditz and Goku getting fucking special cannon through the chest.
Like it's basically just that. I mean, he even has the stretchy limb things like Piccolo used to.
Yeah,
it's really funny.
Piccolo has that again.
Oh, thank fuck. God, I need to get back on Dragon Ball. It seems like it's been very good the past couple of years. They made Piccolo orange, and now he's got fucking limb stretching again. Good shit.
They get cord. And let's jump ahead. They're fine. Like, they're both completely back to normal. There's even, like... After they get fucking cords, there's a bit where Genau is like crawling towards Stark. By the way, Genau tankier than Stark because there's no point in being a frontliner here. You should just be a mage. Because the mages are the best tanks, they're the best DPS, they're the best support.
I feel like we're verging into power scaler
I know.
Power scaler complaints.
Power scalers. But no, like, Genau is, like, inching towards Stark, and it's like, oh shit, it's like, is Genau going to basically sacrifice himself to save Stark here? That would be, like, good.
Well, I mean, again, that's what they wrote, like, the setup for, and then they just didn't do it. Like,
no, and, like, other thing, I don't want to do the thing where we come up with a version of the show and act like it's better automatically. But also, why actually was this what happened, right?
I can tell you why. It's because the Frieren mangaka is like a shonen addict that doesn't know how to write a good story. Like, that's why.
Yeah.
But like, I'm sorry. Like, it's the same problem that I had with what I read of Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, which is a better manga overall, but also has this issue of, like, you can just tell that the guy doesn't have a broad pool of influences that he's pulling from, and because of that, it just feels like it's being written, like, you know, by and for fans, which can be a good thing in some situations, but in stuff like this, it's just like, well, I don't want this cool character that I made to die, so I'm not gonna kill him. You have to fucking like have some follow through, and you know, if this is all some kind of, like, around the bend foreshadowing and something happens in the next arc, then I look like an idiot. you know,
Yeah.
I'll happily eat crow. But
Yeah.
it just seems like it's just such a like you wrote 3/4 of like a very simple, straightforward, effective
good enough
story.
character arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
To
you
be honest,
just
if Genau died here, I'm
bailed.
sure I would like him more.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
one of those things.
and the thing that kills me is that Genau is not like a character worth that. Like there's characters where you could get away with like backing out of that and it would feel not bad as a reader or as a viewer because the character is like that cool or just that charismatic or you followed them for that long. One of those kind of things, right? But Genau is not that. He's a walking slab of tofu, like I said earlier. Like, he's nothing.
A lot of quote-unquote character that is given to Genau in this arc is just him having flashbacks to the fact that he knew a guy who was jovial and a good person, and that guy died, and Genau was nothing like him.
Yeah, it's just so...
All you need to do is make Genau kill himself to save Stark, or kill himself protecting that child.
Or
and
something.
What you have done
it's
shown us that he is a good guy, he is more like his friend than he realized, and he went out like his friend does, and he will be remembered and honored in the same way. It's simple, it's elegant, it's effective, you know? Like, you don't need to completely fucking reinvent the wheel. Like, it would have been a completely fine,
like,
decent,
respectfully.
If that was what happened, and I still didn't like it that much, I would still be able to say, like, yeah, I mean, that was one of the more, like, this was solid things.
Like, respectfully, I don't think Frieren is a good enough story to be trying to fuck with the formula like that. Like, it does not have the writing chops to pull this kind of thing off.
Because Genau will continue to exist, and he will continue to be the same nothing that he always is.
Yeah, what is the payoff for letting him live? Like, I feel like what's gonna happen is, like, you know, 6 years from now, we're gonna be watching Frieren season fucking 5 or whatever the hell.
6 or 7.
Yeah. And Genau is gonna be like, we're gonna be having like some kind of big like final battle, whatever, and Genau's gonna show up and get jobbed in 2 seconds and die. That's like the payoff for this. I guarantee it. Like that's the long-term payoff for Genau still being alive. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but I don't see it.
And the other thing, by the way, like, Genau is completely fucking stone-faced for this entire sequence.
Yeah.
Like, he does not change facial expressions once in the entire episode.
What does it say that we're saying all this, and this is probably still the second best episode of this season so far?
But Frieren is dog show. There. Plain and simple.
Like...
Because, by the way, Stark is, like, pretty expressive this fight. He has a moment where he does, like, I'm a shonen character thing, and gets hit on purpose to give Genau an opening. And as he's, like, knocked back, his, like, you know, it's like, oh, I'm gritting teeth, I'm hurt, this sucks. Turns into, like, a cool, cocky smirk.
Yeah.
And it's like, that is a moment wherein you use a character's facial expressions
to convey something.
To convey personality and intent. Genau
never gets any of that because we have to do the neutral emoji, super cool, no selling everything. I just don't understand, man. Like, I don't know.
It's boring to watch. Like, plain and simple.
Well, no, that's the fucked up part. That's the fucked up part, though. Actually, no, let me interrupt you for a second.
Go on.
Like, that's actually the fucked up part. Is that most of this episode isn't boring to watch. It's just like, it's such an obvious problem, and the fix is so simple and so small. Like, you would just have a way better thing. Like you just.
If we as viewer are to believe that this is such a particularly like demanding fight, how about just have this have this be the encounter where like the facade breaks and Genau starts being expressive, you know? And all of a sudden it can be like a character development where we've revealed some truth about the individual because this fight has pushed him beyond how he composes himself. Um,
Like,
I still don't
there...
actually think that would be great, but it would be better.
Yeah.
You know?
There is one thing, and I bring this up because people might conceivably bring it up. There's like there's like a one shot of Ganao like keeled over, spitting up blood, uh, and that's something. But also notably, that shot is constructed in such a way that we don't even see his face. So it's like
Yeah.
it, like that's like I guess half points for that one shot, but
Yeah.
it still just feels
Congratulations,
very
Frierenk.
silly.
You're a 1.5 out of 10 instead of a 1.
All right.
Hey, look, that we're neither here nor there. Um,
Um,
that is borderline.
there was fishing in this episode. That's good.
Yeah, get out fish. That was the most I've ever been endeared to him.
Yeah.
Um,
Like for half a second near the finale, like near the very end of the episode.
yeah, if it was Stark, it would have saved the episode, but,
Yeah.
you know, we take what we can get.
I mean, that's the again, like that's the fucked up thing. I don't think this episode needs saving. Like this is a decent episode with some flaws, which
there's
is
a lot that could be done to make this a
no,
good episode,
like
but now a good character.
listen to me for a second. Like this is a decent episode with some flaws, which the fact that is where the bar is at, that this is still like like far and away better than most other episodes of this season has been, is like,
Yeah.
like what are we doing?
Like, if we've not made it clear enough, the reason this episode is decent is because it is a good action set piece. And even then, like, yeah, the action had the aforementioned problems we've been going at the whole time. It just also looked good.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
Like I feel like I gave the show due credit for the things that it did right.
Yeah.
In the first half of this
Mm-hmm.
video, but
the last bit of the episode.
I don't know.
Because are we ready to get there now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Everybody's fine. They're all back to normal. Methody briefly proposes the idea of joining Frierenk's party, which like James' eyes lit up. Like,
I was so
physically in the same room,
I was so psyched for like half a
the
second.
Childlike sparkle of, you know.
Because, like, here's the thing. I don't even think Methody is, like, a good character, per se, but she's fun, which is more than can be said of most of the rest of the cast.
Yeah.
So I was over the moon for about, again, like, half a second, but then, yeah, no,
also,
go on.
to be honest, we have complained about every character we have encountered this season, but it is broadly a solid idea to change up the party a little bit. Because if we spend time with these characters, in theory, there is opportunity to expand and develop them such that they become more interesting individuals. All in theory.
Yeah.
This time with Genau did nothing but make me dislike him. But if Method, joins the party, we hang out with her in a few different locations. Like, yeah, fucking character building.
But no, because... Tell them why, Josh. Tell our viewers why.
This party already has a priest.
And let's just leave in a pause here. Let's just leave in a pause here. If you're listening at home, I want you to guess who she says, because you can guess it, but you might need to think for a second.
Look, okay. I like Zine enough with the time we spent with him.
I did too.
Moments that suck, but I think he's a pretty fun character. It's nice. Frierenk isn't actually written like an older character at all.
Not usually. So nice. There's the occasional moment which. Actually, I have a whole thing I want to say about Zine and Frierenk, but you say your thing first.
Yeah, it's nice having Zine around as a character that actually does feel older than the others. I like him enough. I mean, Jesus Christ, though, the fucking, MCU post-credits level of foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Guys, do you think Zine is going to come back? They keep talking about, we've got a pre-shadowing.
Yeah, where I'm from, they call that three-shadowing.
Okay, I get it. Great, Zine is going to be back. Cool.
Soonish,
I like the guy. I hope that the last 2 episodes of the show are enhanced by his presence. I think there is a chance that they are. because Stark, as much as I like him, is kind of nothing. And Farron sucks, and Freeman sucks. So, I might save the last bit. I have more faith in him than I did Gnam
Like,
or Wearbell.
the thing is, I'm not actually super busted up about Methody not joining the party because I do think there's a very real possibility that, familiarity breeds contempt, right? That's the thing people say.
Yeah, no, that's possible.
It's entirely possible that they would,
yeah,
that they would run out of things to do with her. And as mentioned, I do like Sign. He is responsible, I believe, for probably my favorite moment of Frieren as like a character ever, which is way back in season 1. I don't entirely remember the context, but they have this little conversation, and as the two adults in the party, because Fern's like basically a teenager, and so is Stark.
Yeah.
As the two adults in the party, they have a little heart to heart, and something to the effect is said of like, yeah, we're kind of all making it up as we go. And I thought that was a nice idea. And it's like so far outside of Frieren's, like the show's, like usual emotional palette these days that I think back on that and I'm like, what happened to that show?
Yeah.
I mean, at that point there had already been some, we'll say missteps very generously. But I liked that scene back when it happened, and I don't know, maybe Sign returning to the party is a sign that the writing will start improving. Wouldn't that be nice?
If we're lucky, anyway.
Yeah. I don't even know what I would do. Like, at this point, I feel like I'm starting to develop, like, a Todd in the Shadows Maroon 5 relationship with this fucking show, where if it started being good, I think I would just resent it for that, too, almost.
I mean, maybe.
I like to think I would be able to look past that, but I don't know.
Who actually knows that?
Let's save that conversation for when it happens, which if it happens.
If.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we have anything else to say?
Like, I like the sooner Methody almost joins the party. I think they have some like decent comedy bits.
Yeah.
In the middle of their,
Farron. Yeah.
Farron being overprotective of Frieren is one of her more endearing character traits. Her like tightly hugging Frieren because she doesn't want, she doesn't want other girls looking at her. Is more endearing than her like pouting, I guess.
It's so funny. Like, are there? Here's a question. Do you want to get my I'm asking this to the audience. Do you want to get my fellow Himojoshis watch this show? Do people ship Frieren Fern? Someone must.
Like,
and if you do, that like little bit at the very end of this episode was probably like manna from heaven for you. And if so, I guess I'm happy for you.
It's bizarre to think that is the angle through which I watch most shows, no matter what, and it has basically
just
not
never.
To me because, to be honest, the show sucks.
I mean, it's a bad show, and on top of that, it's just so like, sexless.
Can you imagine if that was the case? Like, if fucking Frieren and Farron had like ship teasers, the show would be so much less popular.
It would be way less popular and way more interesting.
No,
sorry.
They're gonna have like the fucking.
Like, that's a dynamic.
It's not to put too fine a point on it, but Frieren met Farron when Farron was like 4 or something.
Yeah, no, that's.
There are people that would not take too amazingly to that.
No, that's some legit cradle robber shit. That is problematic media.
No, it is fire. And it would be more fun, honestly. I think I would like the show.
It would definitely like.
It would invite more thought anyway. That's
for sure. That's true. That's 100% true. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
again, like, what does it say about this show that this was probably like the second best episode of this season, and we're still sitting here being like, what if it was a different thing entirely?
You know, the other
I'm not
thing
saying that that's entirely the show's fault.
yeah,
but...
no, like, yeah, that's just an easy thing for people to do. Like, don't, who cares that much? More broadly, though, this arc is over. We get to reflect
Yeah, I
on
guess
it
so.
now. I thought it was going to be a bit longer.
Same.
We skipped it for the Olympics, is my understanding. But, if you take a week, you post a new key visual, you come back for your big arc, it feels like that should be a bigger deal.
Yeah, it was like, what, 2 episodes? 3?
3. It was 3 episodes.
3 whole episodes.
Which,
like, Josh...
more or less episodes is not...
like
the fucking tuning exams was like 14 or 15 episodes or something. I hated that.
Was it that long? It didn't feel that long.
It was... Maybe it wasn't that long.
I think it was like 8 to 10. Right? Because it was like 4 for the bird
like, to be fair,
exam.
I sit there and talk so much shit about the tuning exams. I was fine with the bird, but it's basically as soon as they go in the dungeon and you spend, like, what feels like fucking forever in just, like, surrounded by fucking dark green brick walls. Like, yeah, fucking checked her completely.
The environmental design is not super compelling in that part of the show, I guess. But...
I like the bit where Frierenkvetching gets the bird. But, we're... different arcs.
Tangents on tangents at this point. Yeah. But no,
this arc is over. What the fuck was this arc?
Like, Josh, I feel like you're not getting it. He had 4 swords.
That is all there is to get. Even taking this as the Genau arc, what did we actually, like... How did anything that happened enhance our understanding or appreciation of Genau? He knew a guy who was a good guy. That guy died, so Genau thinks he's not a good guy. As in, he himself is not a good guy, but he is. Cool, great, fucking excellent.
I feel...
What was the point of that?
Like, complaining about the pacing in a show is so passé, but I feel like a show that had tighter pacing, you could have maybe knocked this out in 2 episodes, maybe even 1.
Like, Shane, we need to remember, the first episode of this arc was them sitting in a room and talking about the fact that they don't know how many swords the guy uses until they realize he has 4. Remember, that was the fucking, like, cliffhanger ending. 4 swords.
Good old 4 swords revolt. I wonder how many swords he uses.
Analyzed the fucking cut pattern. It's like, no, this could have been 2. 1 would have been a bit tight. I'll say that probably wouldn't have been too great. But...
Two though. Like, it feels like it was 2 because the first one was just such a nothing. Like, I don't know.
Why did they fucking look at that corpse and say he's much stronger than Stark?
Yeah, what was that all about? Like,
why did they do that? Fucking, I hate that.
Writing in this show is so fucking weird, man.
Yeah, no, it's.
What else has the Frierenkvetching guy written? Anything?
Like one-shots, maybe. I'm not sure.
Let me look.
Nothing else that's been turned into an anime, as I understand.
Well, no, that's a fair point. Yeah, okay. Right, yeah. He wrote Nanashi wa Itai Dare Desho. Yeah, same thing.
Lonely Professor and the Robot Girls Despair Like Utopia.
Yeah, I've never read either of these. I'm gonna be honest, maybe I should, just to get like a better understanding of his writing style. Maybe the problem is just that he's like too constrained by the fantasy genre. Maybe if you give him like more of a freewheeling setting, he can really do some stuff. But I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest though, neither of these manga look particularly great either. But they're also both really short, so who knows?
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. It's weird to reflect on this as an arc, though.
Yeah,
this there's all the stuff we already said. It doesn't do anything for Frieren or Farron or Stark as characters. Alright,
not really.
Like, yeah, I guess it's the first arc in a while, like, arc where Stark has got to be a combatant. Which is something, I guess.
I mean, it's the first bit since the, fucking anti-magic crystals in episode 1, yeah.
Yeah. That's, like, a chapter. I you know.
Yeah, no, that's
It's not that
fair.
it doesn't count, but it's a bit more of a contrived way to
I
remember
guess
stuff
my
to support
question is,
a post-battle
because
combat.
I thought this was the arc that people were hyping up. Apparently it's not. Apparently that's the next
Yeah,
one.
if this was the arc, I would be, like,
Confounded. Yeah.
I would be killing all Frierenk fans, I think.
Like, so we've got 2 episodes left in the season. The next episode is called Himmel's Memoirs,
Yeah, that's right.
which,
You struggled there.
yeah, I did. I don't know why. Memoirs is not a hard word, but
Yeah.
Himmel's Memoirs, which, from the
Sounds
title
racist.
alone, just sounds like it's going to be an absolutely excruciating viewing experience. I hope I'm
Yeah.
wrong, but
You
the
never know.
the flashbacking is like one of my least favorite things about this show. One of the few things that I think has improved since season 1 is that there is less of that, and that's
That's
good.
fair.
That
Yeah.
is a legitimate improvement. Good marks. If you spend the next episode entirely with Frieren going like, "This reminds me of when Himmel the hero bought a hot dog here for the same price. I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
no, that's fair. And then beyond that, we clearly have to meet Sign again sometime soon.
And then I guess,
And I feel like that'll be our season.
yeah, and then probably like the start of the next season, which coming in however many years, will be where we get to. I think it's the El Dorado arc, Golden City arc, something like that. I've heard a couple different translations of it. Will I be will we be
Will
watching?
Continue?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a question. Like, we need to really like look at ourselves in the mirror and be like, how much of this do we think we can put up with?
Yeah,
because it would admittedly
I'm still
feel
watching ReZero.
That's a self-inflicted problem.
It is.
Also, like,
do I put it on that I also hate ReZero? Guys, I promise I'm not a hater. I like popular anime.
Name one.
I like Madoka Magica.
Name a show.
Like critically acclaimed shows.
Name a shonen. Name a battle shonen that you like.
Like Dragon Ball.
Yeah, okay.
I like Dr. Stone as well. It's not really
That's true. You're like the biggest Dr. Stone fan I know.
Yeah. It's not like a. I mean, it's kind of battle-y. Like, it's a shonen fucking shonen though. Like, it's absolutely like, yeah, jump. It's from fucking jump. You know.
I mean, like,
and that's also like recent enough to where you can't be like, oh well, Dragon Ball is like nostalgia or whatever. You know.
Like, on my end, as far as recent stuff, was it 2 years ago now? Fucking Elusive Samurai. I thought Elusive Samurai was really good. Obviously, Chainsaw Man, but fucking everybody likes Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, the fucking Chainsaw's cheating.
Yeah.
Like, fucking. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'll try to reflect on this arc, by the way. Fucking Revolta. What a character. Like, honest to God, Jay, genuinely tell me anything about him except that he has 4 swords.
He can do the Piccolo stretchy limb thing. That's the other thing I can tell you. He's wearing a blindfold. About his personality, which is like the spirit of the question that you asked, no, not a fucking thing.
Which is crazy because we literally just watched an episode where he, you know,
which is like it's so weird.
He is nothing.
But he had.
I remember like her pride is an important aspect of her character.
Like,
you know?
like her.
And she killed herself.
Yeah, like
fucking legendary.
Revolte. He had that little like encampment where the other demons were from. And I kind of thought that was building up to something, but again, like I guess not.
He thanked the Konami Kohara demon before she dies. Although there's not really much further.
Damn, so heartless. This proves that the demons. I'm going to take this clip out of context and post it whenever anybody says that they don't like how the demons are written in Frieren. I don't know, man. I just... The thing I always come back to is, why do people like this show so much? And I've had...
We're gonna come back to that every single time we
I've had shows that I've bounced off of, including Jujutsu Kaisen, which I brought up earlier, where I at least feel like I get why people like them. Like, yeah, you know, I've seen a little bit of season 2. Like, directing is fucking crazy. Like, yeah, I get that. That's fair. This, I just don't see it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, we'll say that like over and over again.
We will. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
If
I do feel like
I
that's. Or say your thing first.
if I can leave anybody on a productive recommendation, check out Each of the Witch. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's also a fantasy thing. It's also a battle shonen, and it's a lot better than this.
And if you like things that have El Dorado as a part of a story in a given franchise, check out Review Starlight, for which the visual novel is Review Starlight El Dorado.
That feels like a bit of a stretch, but, you know, I do like Review Starlight, so I'll give it a pass.
Yeah, I mean, fucking... The comment that is so, like, pointless, because these aren't even in... They exist in the same medium, and that is the end of it. Review Starlight mocks Frierenkvetching so fucking hard.
That is a truly pointless comment, but you are right.
It's a better action show, which is weird, because it has, you know... It's not as interested in the action as Frierenkvetching is.
I don't know. There's some stuff in the movie, especially, that is really, really
it is interested
crazy,
in the action, but you know,
choreographically.
It's not action for action's sake, which Frierenkvetching has. And for the record, that is not a problem whatsoever. I just said I like Dragon Ball like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Like, you know. Whatever. I do want to be like truthful about my criticisms with Frierenkvetching.
I'm just like glancing at my analyst page, and I'm like, what are some shows that I think are better than Frierenkvetching that I could really annoy people by saying I like them better than this? Air.
What else gets published in
Wonder Egg Priority. Noir.
Mogs Frierenkvetching, Maggie, probably Mogs Frierenkvetching, Call of the Night, Mogs Frierenkvetching,
Angel Beats, Earth Maiden, Arjuna. we're just being dumb now. This is nothing. Y'all ever heard of a little show called Fate Zero? Alright, we're done.
Y'all ever heard of a little show called Pride of Orange?
Shut up! Not on my channel. Not on my channel.
Viewers, Pride of Orange is worse than Frierenkvetching. I'll say it.
Yeah, like, let's not be silly.
Yeah.
Pride of Orange.
Frierenkvetching is better. Oh, look, I'm gonna score the season a 1 out of 10. It's still better than fucking Pride of Orange.
Pride of Orange is barely a show.
Would I rather get stabbed in the heart or the brain? I'll die instantly either way.
You know. Like, Transformers Energon is worse than Frierenkvetching.
I don't know. It has kicker sticker.
Fuck off.
It has kicker sticker.
Man, there's some down here that I've gotten like the 3 and 4 out of 10 section where I'm really thinking about it. I'm like, is Speed Grapher worse than Frierenkvetching? No one knows what Speed Grapher is but me, so that's honestly not like an interesting conversation. Anyway,
I mean, I'll do a really quick like go down my ones. Not like actually go down them, but like look at my ones and decide which ones are better and worse than Frierenkvetching. Your Lie in April is better than Frierenkvetching, I think. Maybe. Probably. I need to rewatch that. I have Your Lie in April at 1, by the way. Like, wow. What the fuck? I have a music video I haven't scored. That's crazy.
This guy scores music videos.
I score everything. Yeah, Your Lie in April... No, what? Sorry. Yeah, Frierenkvetching is probably better than these 3. Which I won't talk about. Kyokai no Kanata. Interesting. I can't go down that rabbit hole. I'll think too hard. Yeah, I mean, that was an arc. That was a bad arc. Genau sucks. Revolte sucks. It's a shame because his design's pretty good. I think they did a good job conveying motion with his body type as well, by the way. Like, not just the 4 arms, the fucking, like, snake body.
Yeah.
Similarly, by the way, like... Genau is literally flying in this because he has wings. They're at like a windmill, so Revolte has like a pretty good opportunity to just slither around as though he's flying. They do a good physicality with it. There's a bit where Stark does some Starcore, that's Stark parkour.
You're really proud of that.
And it's very like weighty and proper, and he's not like...
It is good, yeah.
He's strong, he's athletic, but he's not like... he's not a rogue. He's not doing like fucking backflips along the way or anything. It feels weighty. It feels appropriate for his class. It's there's good stuff here. I like credit where it's due.
And only where it's due. That's our motto for this podcast. Credit where it's due and only where it's due.
Yeah. No, that is a good tagline. Like a movie. If there's a movie poster for Frierenkvetching featuring our like disembodied heads with our semi-transparent necks, and then like Frieren being burned on a crucifix.
I think it's us like lording it, like how they draw the villains in like a Battle Shonen anime key visual, and then Frieren is drawn in the Yakuza pose.
It's like the fucking Attack on Titan key visual.
What are we talking about, man? We need to fucking cut the recording. We're fucking blabbering.
This episode was okay, but Frieren is bad.